Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. Today I'm bringing you another eyeshadow palette review. I have the brand new Whalesong eyeshadow palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. So if you guys want to see my thoughts, review, swatches, and this tutorial are right here, then keep on watching. Let's get into the video. So some information about this palette. It retails for $29. It is cruelty-free, vegan, and talc-free. You do get a total of 24 grams of product, and there are 12 eyeshadows in this palette. So shipping, I believe, was around like $5.95, around really close to $6. But my order came to a total of $30.95. I believe the palette was on a special price of like $25, something like that. Everything came really nicely. Nothing was damaged. I was really worried because it is like super hot here in Michigan right now. And luckily nothing was damaged. So everything was bubble wrapped really nicely and protected. So I'm definitely happy with shipping and handling and everything. Alright, so let's take a closer look at this beautiful palette. So this palette is a cardboard material. It's pretty much the same as the Ferrell palette, same size, same weight, and it just has a normal magnetic closure. You get a full-size mirror on the inside and your 12 eyeshadows. The artwork on the front is breathtaking. It's absolutely beautiful. You have this ocean view, you've got the whales, they're swimming, it's just beautiful, all the different, like the coral and the fish. So when you open up the palette, it does have a little quote on the inside next to the mirror. There's a little tiny whale at the top here of the mirror, and there's also a little quote. It says, "Blue whales are the largest animals on earth, with tongues weighing as much as an elephant." I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. All the names in here are beautiful as well. All of them are very ocean themed. You know, you've got kelp, dive, splash. Love the names, love the colors in here, the theme. It's absolutely beautiful. So that's just a close look at the inside of the palette. Alright, let's go ahead and get into these swatches. I did swatch these on my arm on bare skin. So let's start with the top 4 shades. We have Pearl, Plankton, Barnacle, and Cetacean. Alright, moving on to the second row, we have Fluke, Reef, Bubble Net, and Breaching. Alright, and moving on to the very last row, we have Kelp, Dive, Splash, and last but not least, Whalesong. So those are all 12 shadows swatched out. As you can tell, they are pigmented, they are beautiful, they are rich. Alright, so my thoughts on this palette. I have been using this quite a bit, and if I can find the photos that I took of some looks I did just throughout the past couple of weeks, I'll pop them up here on the screen. Putting aside the beautiful artwork and the packaging, the actual formula of the shadows. I really love how, without even using a white base, these shadows are bright. One thing I have noticed in the past with using blue eyeshadows is that sometimes you'll go to blend them and, you know, start buffing them into the crease and they'll just sort of blend away. These don't do that. They stay put, they stay vibrant. You can easily and slowly build them up into the crease. One thing I will point out is that the formula of the Menagerie eyeshadows are definitely more on the powdery side. You're going to get a lot of kick up in the pan, and you will get fallout onto your face if you don't tap your brush. You have to tap your brush before you go in and start blending. I didn't have any fallout today, which is good. Sometimes I do get fallout with this palette if you're not careful. So that is something to keep in mind, and you don't have to press really hard into the pan. You barely want to press your brush, and that's all you need. You only need a tiny amount of product because these are very pigmented shadows. They really are. With Cetacean and Dive, I definitely noticed a lot of kick up in the palette, and even with Breaching as well. And I pretty much have used every shade in this palette, so I know the formula of all of these shades. But that being said, I do still like the matte formula in here. Alright, so the other 3 shades in here, Fluke, Splash, and Whalesong, are described as foiled metallics. I think those 3 metallic foiled shades are really beautiful. They look so pretty on the lids. And when you mix and match and layer the metallics over the matte shades, they kind of like transform. Like if you took Fluke and layered it over kelp, it kind of like mutates and turns into like a different type of color. I will say the first time I wore this eyeshadow palette, I did put Whalesong all over the lid, and I had a lot of creasing. If I can find the photo, I did take photos of it to show you guys proof. I have proof. I had really, really bad creasing. Now, I did use my Jordana Continuous Almond when I did that look, but recently I switched to using the Milani eyeshadow primer with this palette, and I've noticed I've had less creasing. So I would definitely say use a really good eyeshadow primer with these shadows, especially if you're going to apply one of the foiled shades on the lid. I think it really does help. And then another look I did was a really soft green look, and oh my gosh, let me know if you want a tutorial on that look. I really, really loved how it turned out. I put Fluke like all over the lid, and it was so beautiful. I wore that look all day long in 90-degree weather, and I had hardly any creasing, a little tiny bit of creasing at the end of the day because it was so stinking hot, and I did wear that for a good solid 8 hours on my eyes. So these shadows are really good quality. They stay vibrant. I think they are long lasting. The only shade in here which I do not like the formula of is the shade Pearl. I've got a bone to pick with Pearl because she's been giving me a lot of issues. But the texture of this shadow is definitely very different from Fluke, Splash, and Whalesong. It's very chunky. I feel like it's not pressed hard enough into the pan, and it reminds me exactly of the new shadow in the Feral palette, which is called Wolfling. Now, when I reviewed this palette, I had the original 2 shades up here. They have since switched them out. So the issue I have with Wolfling is the same thing as the shade Pearl from Whalesong. It's very chunky, and this one is actually worse. I'm hoping that the shade Pearl doesn't get as bad as this one. So for me, that shade Pearl is just definitely my least favorite formula-wise. I mean, I love the color. It is so beautiful. I've actually worn this as a highlighter on my face, and it's beautiful. But again, I just really don't like the texture or the formula of that shade. So besides Pearl, all of the rest of the other 3 metallics in here are beautiful. Like, they're pressed really nicely. I don't get as much like flakiness or anything like that. The texture is really, really nice on those 3 shades. I would definitely suggest wetting your brush, and that's what I did today. I have it in my inner corner. Pick up the shadow, spray your brush, and then tap it on gently to reduce that fallout and flakiness. So that's my biggest complaint with the Whalesong palette, is the shade Pearl. I just wish the formula was a lot better and was the same as the other 3 in here. Another thing I wanted to point out is these stain really, really bad. And it does say on the website that staining can occur because these are just so intense and pigmented, and these colors are definitely very, very bright. And on the box, it does also say a little warning: some shades may cause temporary staining. If staining occurs, gently wash with coconut or tea tree oil soap. So I did have to wait a long time for this palette. I placed my order on April 1st during the very first pre-launch sale, and then the palette was delivered by Wednesday the 26th of June. So that is a very long time to wait for an eyeshadow palette, and the reason why it took so long is because they had an issue with whoever, like the person that does the manufacturing. I guess they screwed them over, and they did post something on Instagram on their account on the IGTV, I believe it was, like telling everyone like what's going on, explaining, apologizing. And to all of the people that did sign up for that original launch, they did a $5 coupon for everyone. You can use it on any product or sale. So $5 coupon through email, and also 2 free liquid lipsticks. So I did actually receive these for free. So that was really nice of them to do that for everyone, to send out, you know, a couple of free liquid lipsticks, you know, to say sorry, like for the wait and everything. If you guys want to see a review on these, please let me know, and I can also order some as well, because, you know, these were for free. So I'm actually thinking about placing an order and ordering a few more shades and using my coupon code. I completely understand everyone's frustration, but I think that the company really does care about their customers, and hopefully that won't happen again. But I'm so happy, and you know what? The wait was actually worth it. This palette is absolutely beautiful, and I just love every single look that has come out of this palette so far. So that was just my thoughts and review and everything about the Whalesong palette. If you guys want to see how I did this look right here, let's go ahead and get into the tutorial. Alright, so I already primed my eyes. Let's get started with this look. I'm taking the soft baby blue shade and I'm going to apply this into the crease and use this as my transition color. So I'm just slowly applying a little at a time because again, these colors are so pigmented. So once I get the desired effect, I'm going to go in with the shade Dive and we're going to deepen up that crease. I'm mainly focusing the most pigmentation on that outer V because I want to do like a soft kind of really soft smoky eye, smoky blue deliciousness. So I'm just taking my time and blending those two colors into one another. And now I'm taking Breaching and I'm going to use this to darken up that outer V. And I'm just adding a tiny bit, and honestly this blended so easily I didn't have to go back and forth at all. Taking that same beautiful baby blue shade Cetacean, I'm packing this all over the eyelid and then just blending out the edges. And now we're going to go ahead and add these same colors to the lower lash line. I'm taking Cetacean first, laying that all along the lower lash line with a pencil brush, and then I'm going to take Barnacle and apply that over top just to deepen up that color. It's kind of like a soft muted gray blue. Once again, going into that dark blue again, just going right up against those lashes to smoke out the lower lash line. So for the eyelid, I'm taking Whalesong, I'm packing this on the outer half of my eyelid, and then I just flipped my brush over and took Fluke and applied that to the inner half of my eyelid. These layer so nicely over one another, and I really love the effect it gives on the lid. So for the waterline, of course, we have to do a nice bright blue, deep blue eyeliner, so I'm just going to apply that to my waterline and tight line. And to finish off the look, I'm taking Pearl and I am going to spray that with some setting spray and apply that to the inner corner to add a little pop of highlight. And as usual, I'm going to pop on some mascara. This is the new one from Too Faced. And I'm going to apply that to my top and bottom lashes. And completely optional, but I did apply some false lashes as well towards the end. For lips today, I just popped on this ColourPop lip gloss to finish off the look. And that is it. Soft, smoky blue. I love how this look came out, and I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. Alright guys, so that is everything. That was my review, swatches, and tutorial, and my thoughts on a new Whalesong palette from Menagerie Cosmetics. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And of course, all the products that I used today on my face, I will have linked below in the description box if you guys want to check that out. I cannot believe that I just now noticed that there was a freaking mermaid on the cover. What? There's an actual mermaid on the cover. How did I not see that? It just blends right in and I didn't even notice it. I've looked at this palette a million times. I'm not kidding you. And I just now noticed the mermaid. That is crazy. Do you guys see it? Do you see her? She's right there. How did I miss that? Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me today. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post on every Tuesday, Friday, and sometimes on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every single week for cruelty-free and beauty things. I would love to have you. And make sure to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on new videos. That is everything, you guys. I will see you all in the next video. Remember, smarter beauty is better beauty. Bye, guys.